Hey guys, welcome back. So I have this brush pile that I need to burn, but I thought before I burnt that brush pile that I'd go ahead and I'd clear the side of the driveway here. So this is an old fence line here. It's got a woven wire fence that's inside of all these trees that have grown up through that fence. And when we drive our cars through here, there's always branches that are sticking out. They hit all the vehicles that drive through here. So what I want to do is I'm kind of trying to clear it back to about where that woven wire fence is, and I want to clear these limbs so they don't hit any vehicles. So what I ended up borrowing today from my dad, I borrowed his Stihl pole saw. So we're going to try this out. So this is a KM 94R, and right now this is like the short mode, and you can put an extension in there and make it longer. So we're going to try this out. I'm going to go down the fence line, try to cut all the limbs, all the lower limbs, and then we'll put the extension on and we'll see how high we can clear the limbs along the side of the driveway here. So let's go ahead and get started. There's one big ball of vines. Well, I think I've got the driveway cleared good enough now that we should be able to drive our vehicles through here and not get them all scratched up by the limbs that were sticking out. Some of these limbs were sticking out like 3 feet into the driveway. There's really no way you could avoid them. So, you know, most of this fence row is pretty nasty stuff. This is all thorns. Some of the trees actually have thorns, and there's so much vines through this, a lot of the stuff just didn't want to come out of here. And first time using a pole saw, and in this short configuration, I could probably clear the limbs that were about 10 feet up or so, and that's good enough to, you know, for any of the vehicles that need to drive through here. But it probably was more handy actually reaching through all these thorn trees and these vines and everything and cutting limbs at waist level it was probably just as handy for that as it was cutting limbs up high. And I could also reach across the fence line. I could reach over the fence line and trim some of the trees that are on the opposite side of the fence. So it does seem fairly handy. I'm not sure how far up we'll be able to cut with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the extension on right now, and we're gonna see exactly how high we can clear some of these limbs. So let's go ahead and try that. So this seems to be fairly easy to change. Just gotta loosen this knob up, and then that just pulls right out. So we got an extension here. I'd say it's, I don't know, looks to me about 3.5 feet. Tighten that one down. All right. Okay, just put the chainsaw back in. See if I can get it to go in. There we go. Tighten that one down. All right. There we go. Definitely a little bit longer than it was before. Let's see what we can cut. That'll wear your arms out right there. Oh my. Well, I'll tell you what, when you get the extension on there, that is really heavy on that end and it'll wear you out. You know, I've looked at these before and I almost bought one. And when I looked at them, I thought, you know, if I'm gonna buy one, I wanna get the one that can cut the tallest. I'll tell you what, you don't wanna handle this one for very long with that extension on there. I mean, heck, the first 3 limbs, my arms are hurting. So, yeah, I think I would rethink the whole pole saw thing, and if I was to buy one, I wouldn't just go for the one that was the biggest and the baddest and the longest, because probably most of the time I'd probably just use it in that shorter configuration. But to clear for limbs, if I needed to clear the hay field, probably for tractors, especially later if I ended up with a tractor with a cab on it, I'd for sure want one that was fairly long. So I don't know if I would go and get one much bigger than this, that's for sure. Because you extend that thing, it gets pretty heavy. So yeah, I wasn't gonna, I'm not gonna be able to do that for very long, you know. So it's way more balanced when it's the shorter configuration. It's almost perfectly balanced where it's not as much to handle, it doesn't wear you out, but man, that sure does when you put the extension on there. So anyway, I think the sun is getting low and I need to get this mess cleaned up. So I think that'll probably be it for today's video. I'll probably go ahead and finish the video up just by clearing this brush, see if I can get it on the brush pile, and then hopefully here later, here pretty soon, hopefully I'll be getting that burnt and continue on the pasture fencing. But for now, I'm glad to finally have this driveway cleared. I've been needing to do this for a long time. It was so much stuff here, I couldn't get even really get the lawnmower in here to try to clear it because there were so many thorns and branches sticking out. Hopefully I can get this cleared good enough now we can at least maybe keep it mowed and everything and kind of keep the limbs trimmed up and it won't be as bad. So I'm glad to have that done. It's been needing to be done for a while. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, take this pole saw back apart. I'm gonna go grab the trailer, start loading up all this brush, haul it down to the brush pile. So I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one.